Alright, this is March 8, 2019, and this is the first video, Peter. Keep in mind that this setup, this test, it's at 60 Hertz. Yes, you're operating at 420, but it will be exactly the same. So we have, as I pointed out, I'm going to be sending this connection diagram E2071, and you'll notice that in this particular case, we only have our firing board. We don't have to have anything connected for J2. Those are optional outputs. Here we have between positions 3 and 4 our voltage feedback, and we are monitoring in parallel the voltage feedback across this meter. And I'm going to ask Tony to come and measure between positions 1 and 4 for voltage feedback at certain outputs. And then the only thing that we have here is J3 positions 1 through 12. Keeping in mind that we already discussed positions 1 and 2 being the commands, 3 being SIG high going to the firing board, 4 and 5 being the enable command, 5 being also the enable command, 6 being the 12 volts, 7 being the command, and the input. So right now the way we have it is we've just powered the board. There's nothing on it. We only have a green LED. All the potentiometers are at 100, and on this particular board we have JU1, JU3, and JU4 out, just because Tony is bringing in the 12 volts externally, so we don't have to use this. This will provide the 12 volts from the board, so they come out. And in your particular case, because you are counting on the 12 volts from the either the voltage or the current, you install only one of them, and then the other one, I believe it's the current, number 2, is the only one that you remove. Or if you're only going to apply the voltage command, then externally you remove JU3. These jumpers connect you to 12 volts. If you're not using the 12 volts here as a source, then you remove that jumper and then you apply it externally. If you're using it, then you don't connect anything here, but then you have to apply this jumper. Now, for what we're doing here, jumpers 1 and 2 have to be installed. Alright, so this is pretty straightforward. Alright, so now we have the jumpers, we have the connections, and the other connection that we're going to prove in the second video is the connections between 4 and 6, and we're going to prove that you do not need to have anything there, because at the most what we're going to do is, if you wanted to disable, what you could do is have a switch or a jumper between, if this is the same point, either 4 or 5, whichever one you want, and come and connect on and off to common. So I'm going to prove that if you don't have anything connected here, this will be 12 volts, so there's no need to connect it to 12. So you leave that open, and then the only connections, the only reason why these are here is so that you can connect them to common and inhibit when you need to. But if you don't connect anything, this is already pulled out to 12. This is the end of this first video.